quickly, we want to like keep it like very short and
yes, yes,
productive.
absolutely,
Let
absolutely,
me let me
absolutely.
give you a little bit, overview of my meetings. For the last, I've been like on the phone for like I never had, that long of a conversation with people on cricket. Especially on a national level. So unless when me and Sunny was working, we communicated a lot. So long story short, Ganesh bhai, I had a great meetings with the any league. We discussed with the Kuljit Paji today, and he's very excited also. But only thing, because they are busy with their July 4th weekend stuff as well. So
Right,
which
right.
is
Yes.
obvious because every league has their schedule.
So yeah, let's
So
discuss that, Dawood, but let's discuss that a little bit later as to how we plan to go about the tournament upcoming. But let me hear from you how your your association with cricket, how how many years you've been in involved with cricket. How do you go about the national selectors duty and how you can in future contribute to the national.
well, basically, as I said that I played. I'm a 50 now, so I played cricket about like 38 years. Until like today. So I started pretty young. So I was very prominent from the early age. I belong from Faisalabad, Pakistan, which is used to be Lailpur.
Sure.
And I started cricket basically, just like any ordinary person, like gully cricket, street cricket, area neighborhood grounds and stuff like that. But suddenly, I started, join a club, called, Koinur Textile Mill, which is pretty much, pretty big textile mill. Has a own facility, grounds, gears and stuff like that. So from there, I started, but as soon as I get to college, like first year, so I have, established a very prominent batsman, by the time, in Faisalabad, so because I played under 15, and, under 17 and all that. So once I get to college, so immediately, as soon as I got to college, so it was like a, open trial for like 400-500 people. So when the trial finished, so they, the college, professor, picked me as a captain of the team. So which basically because they just give me 4 hours to bat and I score like 60 some runs, not out, and there's immediately realize like this guy knows cricket. So I become a captain of my college. Then I took my college to a championship, Faisalabad, like region championship. So then the government college, Faisalabad, has a monopoly, like being a bigger school and stuff like that. So they immediately reached me that we have your admission here in for the third year and fourth year. So we basically want you to play for government college, Faisalabad. So where Pakistan hockey team player Shabazz Jr. also, a lot of like, big players, basically studied there. So I went there. I took, that was actually my career changing, things because we went to, Punjab University Championship, which is University Championship. So, and, Punjab itself, is like 12, 15, billion people, in only Punjab, So it's a big
Right, right.
province, and has a big, um, population, big cricket circle and all that. So I went there for the Punjab University Championship, and I took single-handedly, my team, and I win the championship. Punjab University, I scored 200. Where took my game and my basically everything to next level. So then we were playing. Same time at the when I was in college. At the same time, I was selected for my my city Faisalabad Cricket Association team for Pakistan under 19. So then basically I started. I took my team Faisalabad in only one time until now, as of today. So they never. I took my team to Pakistan under 19 final. Which was basically great. Where I was, pretty much came into a national circuit, where they see the potential and stuff because I scored a lot of runs, especially chasing in fourth innings and stuff like that, 3-day games and stuff. So, and from there, basically, I came onto a national scene, about, my reputation and stuff like. So, a couple of years, I played, for my city, and then basically I got a some opportunity like a job, so I started working for like 1 year for export company, and then within like year and so I came to US. So when I came to US, so my dream was to represent the country. It did not fulfill there, but I came to 97, so I score 96, and so at 97 I score Washington Cricket League, so I made the record. First year I scored 1,000 runs. In a single season. So they picked me, and Imran took like 45 wickets. So they selected us, for the Atlantic region, to go for the U.S. National Championship in LA in 1998, Woodley. So when we got there, so we got there like 8 o'clock in the morning, to the airport, and 10 o'clock we had game, and then 115 degrees, heat. So we landed there, and then we played against, I think, SCCA, it was very strong team. Basically they had that time. So, and I basically, they scored 300. Imran took 5 wickets, and after that they have a partnership, and they scored like 300 and some runs. So when our turn came, so me and Nasir Islam, the opener got out quickly. And then me and Nasir Islam, had 192 runs partnership, but I scored like a quick fire 110 or something. And that's where, I just suddenly become very popular, with the performance, because, performance speak itself, So, but that's how I've been playing, all of life. So that's from there, we never look back. So I was a most valuable player in the United States of America in 98. So I just got a call from Atul. Atul was like the guy who was organizing the tournament, at that time. So, then they have, he called me, we were on the beach. He said, yo, you got a most valuable player, and also you are selected for the US team. So you're going for a red stripe. So it was like, so there was a lot of guys, came, were very talented guys who played later on for US, Iran, Juicy, and some other guys were there. They were young. So we started, and then so I went there. So that was a great experience. So I helped team a lot, with the few partnerships, against big boys like Ambrose, like Courtney Walsh, Franklin Rose, and like all kind of bowling attack. So, and that from time, basically, so we went back and forth, so every time whenever like the national tournament happened and stuff, so I always like score, famous to score big hundreds, so in 2004, we were going to play ICC trophy, and there was a national championship, was supposed to in Dallas. Actually, he was in Dallas, and then so went there, and immediately uh, the so I went there, Dallas, and that's where actually a little bit problem started, because I have some differences, with the team management or the selection and stuff like that. And so what they were doing, because since region was split between New Jersey and Washington, so the New Jersey has always have upper hand, selecting more people regardless of their abilities. So what they do, they always try to people who come like myself, Nasir Islam, Imran and Juicy and like some other guys. So they always try to drop one of the player from our side, so they can put somebody else, and then that's where I am like the most score 100 score in a region at that time, so I pretty much scored like every national championship. I scored like at least like one century or something, so basically they some like politics, so what happened from that time, basically, I told they sat me, with this all concept of the game against New York, but they lost. And then what happened? It was God's will. The next day, they have a very important game. The must-win game. To go, for the qualify for the semi-final, or final, or the points, whatever the system was that time. So they, at night, when they lose, they came to my room and then they start begging me, to please play. I said, I am not gonna play. That's it. It's the end of the story. Because I really don't like, the way the treatment and all that stuff. But anyway, some people, comes to me and then they said, come on, Dawood, please, do that, just play, because it's a must-win game. If we don't win, you will be out. So the next day, I went there. It was a must-win game. I scored another 100 and make sure the team wins, and then we won. Yeah, and we qualified for the final. So then from there, uh, we 2000, when the team selection happened, they submit the 30 players name, everything was there. Then 2000, and then when the final section came, they did the same bullshit because somebody take it personal. Like it was a guy here. What was the name? A regional director here for a long time. Atlantic region. I forgot his name. Sheldon. You know, Sheldon Glasgow. So he took it personal and he told me, he threatened me. He said, I'll see how you're gonna play for the US team and all that. I said, what? Damn it, I played so much cricket in my life, I don't even have a desire, to play. But what I'm gonna do, if I don't pick, I'm gonna be leaving the US team because I'm not gonna play. So, Yusaka's politics and all that. So I left 2004, and they dropped me at the last second. And ultimately, so I said goodbye. So, but I told them, I said, you guys, whatever you guys trying to do, I don't know what is the objective, because you guys are killing the cricket. Because we could have, they did the same thing in 2001 when they were going for ICC trophy. Six out of six game, one game needs to win, and then we could qualify, for the World Cup and stuff. But they didn't do that. So, and they said, oh, green card issue, 1% green card, 2% green card, all kind of crap. So anyway, so from there, I said, what, the Dante and all these people like lived in Washington. So I told them, I said, you go, excuse my language, fuck yourself, and I'm gonna make a team, which gonna go ahead and dominate, the USA cricket, So you will watch what I'm gonna do. So that's where, we made Washington Tigers, So we made Washington Tigers, and then wherever we travel, from 2007 onwards, like 13, almost like 90% of the tournament in East Coast, here and there. And in between that, we came into San Francisco also. Sunny knows that.
Yes,
in 2000.
yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
So we came and win the Kingfisher as well. So, and that's where, and I invested my own money. It's not like, is anybody, it's a one-man army, like myself. Because like 30,000, 50,000, whatever, the money, needed, I'm always there. I say, money is not a problem. Let's go, because, it's the personal, it's the personal, because I want to prove the point. So when they saw all that success, so then Dante and some other guys, they came to me one day. They said, Dawood, we want your help. We saw your team is, flourishing all over. We want you to do the same thing, we apologize for whatever happened, previously. So I want you to come and check, So my objective was always there, because I want to help people, This is what I do, I like to, we like to help people. We promote them, we develop them, and I'm sure might be surprised. For the last 25 years, in Canada and USA, we about like 13 players, out of Washington Tiger represented, the USA national team and Canadian national team. So which was like a great achievement, itself.
So there's
so
definitely something that you're doing correctly, obviously.
Yeah. So basically, so that was basically the point. Then we will continue to do that. Then I think me and Sunny has a role for 3-4 years, something like that. And then basically all that stuff started with the USACA and the new board and all that. But we stayed away. We stayed neutral. We would just keep playing cricket and doing our stuff. And then the same thing, because kind of some people, like, they don't just don't like it, like when you do, stuff which is like very transparent, very fair and stuff like that. So you don't like, people don't like you, so that's what. So we made Washington Cricket League from zero to hero, like, within the time frame me and Imran and other people were playing. So we, basically take them to the national level. Everybody knows where we're coming from, which league we play. So for the last 5 6 years, they've been fooling us around with the WCL Hall of Famers and stuff like that. Me and Imran, but they ended up, all the new administration changed, so they're just like playing all the games and stuff like that. So you know what? And then they said, we'll do it, and then at the end of the day, like, like legends or like people who had did so much for their league and stuff like that, and they ended up, like treat people not right, so we decided, one of the club, which Gurubai, is one of our executive also, the director, his team and BCC and Tigers dominated pretty much 2 decades, in of cricket, in Washington surrounding Northeast area, so we left the league. When we left the league, we decided that, what, we have promoted Matt, we promoted who have, you name it. I can have like 15 different organizations, which we help them, to build, and stuff like that without any interest. We don't need it because it's just a passion, love of the game and all that, no agenda or anything. Travel ourselves, our own money, and all that stuff. So from that time, then we decided, in 2018, when we left, that, we're gonna initiate our own league, and then we're gonna show them, how the good, fair, and transparent cricket played, and without any, country, religion, name, you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
regardless of anything,
No,
So this is
absolutely.
what
So,
happened.
so we
And then,
have, yeah, we have one gentleman, Ramesh Mandalap, who's out there, and he gave me the reference of Taj Bhai and your reference as well. He's playing in that league, and Ramesh is
right.
ex-president. So definitely, thanks
Yes.
for all the information, Dawood Bhai. Let's hear from Sunny. Sunny is from Northern California, and Sunny, give us about give us information about your journey through cricket, and how.
I can tell you, before he said that, I can tell you, I love Sunny, because he's he's my man. His
Absolutely,
passion,
absolutely.
his passion.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, we've been fierce competitors on the field. That's for
Yes.
sure over the years. Sunny, you need to unmute. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, all right, guys. So my cricket journey pretty much starts from, from my since I was a little kid back in Chandigarh. So if you know, for Dawood Bhai and the rest of the folks, Chandigarh is where Kapil Dev and Chetan Sharma, your Raj Singh, all these guys come from that stadium. So my passion was to become one of those guys when I was in high school. Unfortunately, I moved. I was in ninth grade over there in India and came here and went to high school here in Cupertino. The passion never died because I bought a couple of bats and balls with me. And at that point, I believe in 1989, 90, the cricket wasn't really big. It was there, but not in a high school level. I was the only Indian among all these folks over here. And then I joined army. After that, I came back. I went to Ian's school. This is where I ran into one of our founder of my cricket club, Jay Amin and Kamal Amin. So Jay Amin, he loves cricket. He's in a wheelchair, but he loves cricket. So he asked me to play cricket because I was playing baseball. I said, "Oh, yes, I want to play cricket." So I joined cricket called Mountain View Cricket Club. That's where I started playing. I played with like a part time, and after that, a few years later, they asked me to play full time, and I say I'll play full time in one condition. That is, if we pass that our lower division, we go to the upper division because I want to play with the best of the best. I want to play with the top notch guys. And once they decided that, then I played full time, and we won, and we went to the next division, which is our A division. That's when I realized that the organization that I was playing for, it's almost 100-year-old organization, which is all NCCA, and I've been always been faithful to that organization, a caretaker, and it just my journey began. And I'm sure Ganesh Bhai can share some of the my accolades, some of the numbers that I've done over the years. I played many years in B division, then I came in A division, and I just like to stay humble, but I can go toe to toe with anyone, and they'll remember me for the rest of their lives. One example, I've scored 235 runs in 19 overs in a 45-over match. And these were the best ballers who were taking 40, 40, 50, 50 wickets with a Kookaburra ball, red ball. And we had some guys from Caribbean islands who were really, zipping it through. And my journey started in NCCA, played SCCA with Hoopton, Benji, all those folks. They all know me. And then obviously we played against the Washington team. They came in there for the Kingfisher Cup, and that's when my competitiveness came in. I saw these guys, the way they played. They ran through the we had a very good tournament. After that, they double. Went for US Stars times. They set me up. They wanted to do like the New Jersey folks, so I never got a chance. And that's when I decided that one day, even for my local, if I'm a selector or national selector, I will never deprive anybody who deserves a chance. So if anybody even knows me in the USA level, I was a national selector working with Dawood Bhai and Kuldeep and Robin Singh. We just wanted to select the people in merit with the talent, and obviously the fitness. I would say that we were lucky enough to get rid of a lot of playing for a very long time who were not fit. They will score 40, 50 runs, but they'll cost 30, 40 plus runs on the field with the fielding and drop catches. So we made some of the changes. We checked the youth. And after that, I'm just bringing in all the learnings and everything that I do passionately and unbiased, bring betterment or where I am. Again, it's all the passion for love and countless of dollars on my own, taking my from here to Florida to play T20, any tour, LA, money from my own pocket. It's not, nothing for myself. Always to give back to the community, give the chances to deserve. And what I see lately, there's a lot of homegrown talent, a lot of people that who work very hard, who just really love the game. They're not getting the chances to compete or to just outshine, to show their talent. And that's what I did all these years, sending it all the way to USA. And I played, regional. I represented regional, and I represented NCCA. So talent. And I also played pro cricket. This is where the IPL started here, and our so Freedom won the pro played with Wavell High, Stanton Rose, all these guys. So I in fact played against everything. So played good cricket. I believe I played good cricket. I made my mark, but it's time for me to give back to the community and do my best and just keep the friendship. It's a very small community, and we make sure that community work. And I'll make sure that everybody that's my journey to cricket connection.
Wonderful, Sunny and Daud Bhai. Thank you very much for the insights into your cricketing journey. Both of you have been national selectors, I mean, I would like to thank you guys, on behalf of the USA cricket community in the past. Let's hear from Taj Bhai. Taj Bhai, if you can come on camera and give us an idea about the cricket that happens in the DMV area and the East Coast.
Well, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ganesh Bhai, for giving me an opportunity to talk to you all guys. I don't have the illustrious cricketing career as Sunny and Dawood.
मतलब आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी ये वॉइस
Unmute हो गए.
Can you unmute?
Yes, okay.
No,
the rest of us can go on mute.
Yeah, he's on mute. Taj Bhai got on mute. Unmute kar do. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, good. Yeah. So So I moved here in 1985, and I was in Oklahoma, and well, I have played initial 4 or 5 years in Oklahoma, not anywhere close to what Dawood Bhai and Sunny's career is, uh, but yes, it's a passion. I played in different teams there. Moved in Washington D.C. area in 1990, and for next 10 years, I was pretty much out of touch with cricket. Picked up back in 2000. So started playing back in 2000 again, and that was the time. I wasn't too much involved in DC cricket or anything like that. But when I started playing in 2000 when there was a breakaway league from Washington Cricket League. Washington Cricket League been around 30-40 years. I'm not exactly sure how old, but it's been around for a while. And in 2000, call it politics or whatever. So there was a bunch of guys who started a new league which broke away from WCL, called Washington Metropolitan Cricket Board. So I was part of that. Started playing in 2000. So since then, I've been part of that, and uh, wasn't involved in any management in the early years, but back in I think 2000, 2011, 12, I joined one of for WMCBEC as the vice president. Never looked back. Since then, I've been involved. In all kind of management activities with Washington Metropolitan Cricket Board. Right from 2000 till 2010, I think 2006, I actually started my own team called Maverick Cricket Club. And after 2006, there were so many guys playing in our team, so we decided to have another team. So so I started another team. So there were two teams playing under my name at that time. So we grew from there. But regardless, from cricketing perspective in DMV area, currently we have 3 leagues. Washington Cricket League, Washington Metropolitan Cricket League, and then of course we started American National Cricket League last year. Or we formed the ANCL last year, and this was 2021 is our first inaugural season. So from hardball perspective, now we have 3 leagues in the DMV area who basically play all through the season with 2 formats, with 2020 and 40-40. In addition to that, we have several tennis ball leagues, and they happen to be very organized. And there are a number of teams, and I'm just surprised. I mean, the number of teams these tennis players are around here, and time they take out to play those games. But
Yeah, tennis ball cricket by itself could be a different country altogether.
different, exactly. Yeah, it's just amazing. Nowhere, we are just babies for them, if you look at the numbers, but
Yeah.
and they are very well organized, which is, I commend them for that. But of course, it's a total altogether different ball game. They only play T20s. They play in the mornings. They come in 7 a.m. They're done by 12. They're gone home. Not like us. Playing till 4 p.m., 6 p.m. So that is pretty much in a nutshell what we have in DMV area. Um, looking at the future, I think when ANCL took this bold step, forming a new league, these 2 leagues been around. WMCB has been around 20 years. WCL been around 40 years. And, when we started our league, I mean, we had, I was president for WMCB for 3 years or 4 years. And one of the things I noticed, there were so many teams and players they wanted to play, but they just don't have a room to play. They would apply for us, and we don't have the grounds to accommodate them or the teams to accommodate, and we kept on denying their membership. And same thing with WCL. So we thought about it, and I said, there's a room to grow. So and these are the teams who, they need another league to play. And it comes down to promoting cricket in the area. So why not look into starting another league? So luckily, I knew Dawood through some of the players who play in my team. They were playing in Washington Tigers in his team. So so those players introduced me to Dawood, and I spoke to Dawood, and then we discussed it, and we were all like-minded. We wanted to promote cricket. We wanted to give an opportunity to everybody. Our goal was not to worry about how good you are, how bad you are. If you want to play hardball, we can accommodate you. So we wanted to provide that opportunity. So that's why we started off, and thank God, I mean, we fired off, and we just first year we had 25 applications, 25 teams. We ended up accepting 18. And then some other internal politics, we because of the other leagues in the area, we dropped down to 13. But still, it's our first year, and we don't mind it all, 13, 15, whatever. But main thing is we have set up a platform for anybody who wants to come and play. So it's working out. One of the other things with this new league, which is um, one of the ways it's different from the other two leagues, is that many of the limitations, other two leagues, limitations, restrictions they have, we don't have those restrictions. Our management structure is slightly different from WCL and WMCB. So that gives us the flexibility to do a lot of things that the other leagues can do, especially with the financing and introducing new technologies like multiple cameras, or wireless cameras, and live streaming, and stuff like that. So so there are great things in the pipeline, and we hope on keep on promoting cricket in DMB area. So
Wonderful. So I would want to believe, I always believe, there is always room for growth. So it's
yes,
for leagues to coexist. We have such a shortage of grounds, and
right.
it always comes to that as my league versus the other league.
Mm.
But yeah,
Right.
it's a fine balance as administrators have to strike. Taj
Right.
bhai, thank you very much. Sunny, thank you very much. Looks like Dawood bhai dropped off, but we are working background on an interleague competition. We are working, and
Yeah.
hopefully something will come out pretty soon. So let's hope for the best, and keep the faith. Cricket, lovely cricket. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I will see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Taj bhai.
Take care.
Thank you,
Take care.
Sunny. Thank you, Ganesh. Bye.
Thank you very much.